Hello, everybody. Welcome back today. We're doing things just a little bit differently today. What we're doing today is we're going to be looking at my top 20 categories I've sold in so far throughout the year. It is November, so the year is almost over. Basically, December here in a couple days. So, happy December if you're watching this a day or two after it comes out. But year's almost over. I thought I'd look at my top 20 categories over the year, really kind of see what I'm selling the most of, what stuff is the most profitable for me. Just kind of give you an idea of what I'm selling to make some money on eBay. So let's take a look at it. Let's get after it. Now, the number one category I have for the year is actually men's athletic shoes. This is driven mostly because of a couple of big buys of new shoes, specifically some Kirklands that you've seen me sell quite a bit of. Picked up over 100 pair of those a while back, and also some on clouds I picked up as well. My average sale price is actually $56.10. Some of those are used, but also got a lot of new shoes in there mixed in with that. That's why that is my biggest category, really because of those two buys, the on cloud buy and the Kirkland buy of all the new shoes. Second category is actually books and magazines. Next year, I am looking at moving a lot of my books onto Amazon instead of on eBay. So I'm really hoping to move this category down a little bit and shift a lot of the books over onto Amazon. Not all of them, but a lot of the quicker movers and things I can get a better value for. I'm looking at moving onto Amazon. So yeah, that's kind of my plan for this next year. Hopefully this will not be in the top 10 anymore because I'm selling most of this stuff on eBay, or not on eBay. Not on eBay. Hopefully I'll be selling it on Amazon. That's my plan. First week of January, I'm going to spend some time and really get that figured out. Average sale price has been right at $25, so I'm happy there. Not high, but it doesn't cost much to ship books, and you're getting them for $1 or less usually, so good profit there. Third biggest category is women's shoes. That is because of the big on cloud buy this year. We're looking at an average sale price of $67, which is awesome. A lot of used shoes mixed in there as well. And no repeat buyers in that category, which doesn't surprise me too much. Next biggest category was something I was wanting to learn this year more because I see it all over the place, and that is jeans, specifically men's jeans for category number 4. Average sale price of $30. My buy price is usually $2 to $5 on these. Shipping is almost never above $8.30. So, you know what? Making what? $15 or more on average. Not too bad right there. Pretty happy with that. It was a category I wanted to learn this year, and I feel like I learned it pretty good, especially since it's now in my top 5. And the category right after that is actually women's jeans. Average sale price is just 43 cents lower at a flat $30. Once again, no repeat buyers on the women's clothing, but oh well. Next biggest category is something else I want to move on to Amazon once I get ungated, and that is DVDs and Blu-rays. Average sale price is incredibly low at $10.92. I did buy one Gaylord of DVDs this year. I did really good on that. Very happy with it. I'd like to do a little bit of that, more of that in the future. But finding used DVD Gaylords isn't too easy around here. But I'm keeping my eyes open. I've got some people looking out for them for me, but I would like to find more of them because I always seem to do good. $10.92 average sale price. Love to put those over on Amazon though. Get a little bit more money and not have to handle them as much, not have to store them. Just send them to Amazon and be done. Next biggest category is actually down from last year. This category, I'm down 51%, and that's just because I went to a few less garage sales this year and not finding them as much. That is video games. Video games, yeah. Not consoles, just the actual games. Average sale price $17. Not too bad. Pretty happy with that. Pretty sure my average sale price in that category went up because I quit listing some of the lower dollar games. My lowest I list a video game at now is $7 plus shipping. Used to be $5 plus shipping, but looking to increase that a little bit more. But need to hit some more garage sales if I want to find more of those, which I really do next year. So probably want to work on that one a little bit next year. Next category is one that I've been learning the last, 5-6 months, and wanting to really pump up this category a lot Next year, I'd like this to be a top 5 category for me, but that is sewing machine parts and attachments. Average sale price $20.95. Very, very happy with that. Not a lot to talk about there, but that category is going to keep moving up. Next category. Let's see what number this is. Let's kind of count these. This is category number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Category 9 is men's t-shirts with an average sale price of $20. These are usually going out at either an 8 or 9 ounce rate. So we're talking about $5 to ship. My buy price on these is $1 to $3 typically. I don't think I've spent over $3 on a t-shirt the whole year. So what are we looking at? $8 there it's costing me. So I'm making $10, $12, probably $10 after eBay fees on average per shirt. Not too bad. Not too bad. That is another category that I wanted to increase this year with the jean category, which is clothing in general, but specifically jeans. I feel like I got a pretty good handle on that. These are basically all used here. There might be 1 or 2 new shirts mixed in, but basically all used. Next category is one I'm very excited about for going into next year with really learning more of Amazon, and that is CDs. This was a top 10 category for me this year with an average sale price of $16. And my average buy price on CDs is right at 25 cents. It might even be a little bit lower than that. I'd have to go back and look. But super cheap on CDs. I'm usually buying these in bulk collections at 10 to 20 cents per CD. I'm going to a thrift store, they're usually 50 cents or $1. Except for one thrift store in town. They're always $2. Feels crazy to me to spend $2 on a CD, but I've bought dozens of them from them this year, so made some good money off their CDs too, because nobody else is buying them because they're $2. But hoping to move these over to Amazon along with the DVDs and books if I can get ungated in CDs. So if you want to follow along with that journey of me figuring out Amazon and moving a bunch of this media over there, go ahead and subscribe because I'm going to definitely be documenting that. Next category is a fairly new one for me this year. I sold very little of it before this year, but I just came across a whole bunch of it this year and really enjoying it. Want to find a lot more of it, and that is individual trading cards. Specifically talking here, mostly Pokemon, some Yu-Gi-Oh, some Magic the Gathering, and then a whole bunch of other random stuff mixed in. Average sale price $9.23, and that sounds horrible, but these are shipping out usually at 71 cents for the postage. And then we're looking at basically another 30 cents for the shipping material. So $1 in total to ship a card. That's all the shipping supplies and the postage. So $8.23 left on average. Buy price is basically nothing because you're getting a lot of your money back in the bulk. And I'm also selling a lot of the bulk in my booth, the bulk cards that aren't worth individual, and making some really good money there, believe it or not. So very happy with that. I want to find more cards if I can. It's just hard to find good cards. It seems like everything I come across is a whole bunch of 90s stuff that was completely overproduced that absolutely nobody wants. I mean, who wants Desert Storm 1990s cards? Unfortunately, nobody, but they're everywhere. Lots of other cards like that. Next category is also down for the year, and that is video game consoles. I have been selling a lot of those the last few weeks. Average sale price $70.03. My average sale price on that has gone up a little bit this year because I used to basically part it out and sell everything individually, and I've been doing a lot more bundling this year, which I'm really liking. One thing I try to do with my bundles is I try to the best that I can, match whatever is on Amazon, and a lot of them are going to drop shippers that are sending it out to people that have ordered off of Amazon. So I'm trying to mirror those Amazon listings, whatever the Amazon has in their listings for a Wii or a PS3 or whatever it may be, matching those, and then I'm getting drop shipped a lot of time off of that, and I'm very happy with that. I'm able to up my price quite a bit and completely happy with that. Probably not this year going to try to get ungated in video games because I know it's a little bit more work than CDs or DVDs, but maybe I'll get to it. We'll see. That's kind of on the long-term Amazon thing I would like to do eventually, but not worried about it this year. This year, the focus for Amazon is books, CDs, DVDs. If we can get that done, get that accomplished this year, I'll be happy. I'll be very, very happy. I try to set one major goal kind of each year for learning or progressing or doing as far as the business goes. This last year, I wanted to learn a lot about clothing, especially jeans. As you can see, 2 of my top 5 categories were jeans. So I like to think I did that. Next year, trying to learn Amazon, trying to add in books, CDs, DVDs. That's the plan. Speaking of books, my next biggest category is actually books again. This is the antique and collectible books. Average sale price here is a little bit higher at $33. Most of these will not be going to Amazon, the antique and collectible books. They're just going to be seen on eBay where this category is, and I'm completely happy with that. Another category of books that's not making the top 20 is yearbooks. I do sell quite a bit of those. I've probably got 200 to 300 in stock right now. They sell very slowly, but if you list a whole bunch all at once, it seems about 5% of them will sell right away. So if you're keeping your buy cost low enough where you get that money back right away at that 5%, then anything that trails in after that is just profit. And that's the way I kind of look at it. So if you want to hear more about that, leave me a comment. I can talk more about yearbooks sometime and my philosophy on them and how I know I'm definitely making money. But yeah, let's keep moving on. Next category is something I have not sold much of in the last 6 months, but still in the top 20, and that is golf clubs. Ever since USPS did the thing where it cost an astronomical amount to ship one, and now we're shipping them out UPS ground, they're just moving really slow for me. I did get all my listings finally transferred over to UPS ground. I was kind of late doing that. Average sale price is $40.47. That's pretty good, but I got a lot of crappy golf clubs listed that I just need to deal with, but I'm just kind of, it's not a category you find much of in the area I'm at, so I'm kind of surprised it's in my top 20, but I did very early on in the year find a couple of really good sets, and that's why it is where it is. Next category, believe it or not, is VHS tapes. Average sale price of $11.52. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, that's a lot of VHS tapes that I sold this year to make the top 20 right there, but believe it or not, this category is down this year, and that's because I'm trying to stay away from them because there's a lot of processing time if you buy a large collection of VHS tapes, and so many of them I either end up trashing or donating that almost searching through all the crap isn't worth finding the gold nuggets in there sometimes. But I've gotten pretty good after scanning a few thousand VHS of just looking and grabbing the right one off the shelf and it being a $15 VHS. So scan a couple thousand and you won't have to scan near as many. You can just kind of grab them. But VHS tapes, average sale price, $11.52, cost $3.49 to ship them out, plus another 15 cents for the padded mailer, $1 or $2 in fees there. And they cost basically nothing. Next category is hats. This is a category I have been trying to increase the last 2 or 3 months. And going into next year, I'm going to just continue increasing it. I'm just buying every hat I can find and listing it. As long as it's cheap. If I'm paying less than $1 for a hat, as long as it's in good condition, and yeah, basically as long as it's in good condition, I'm listing it. It's as simple as that. Average sale price, $17.82. These always ship out at the 8-ounce rate. Almost always. I've had a couple 9-ounce hats, but yeah, hats. Still made the top 20. Hoping to break it, put it a little higher next year. We'll see what happens. Next thing in the top 20 is only in the top 20 because of a large purchase I made probably about a month ago now. And that is action figures. Average sale price, $24.39. Believe it or not, I have no repeat buyers in this category, which feels kind of weird to me. I thought this category would have a bunch of repeat buyers, but none. But once again, a large part of that is because this was not in my top 20 3 or 4 weeks ago. I've just been selling a ton of these lately. I've sold, I think last month I sold like $700-800 worth of action figures in the last month. So that's a big part of why it's jumping up there. It's something I sell quite a bit of, but I usually don't find a ton of, but very happy with it. Next category I've not sold much of in the last couple of months, but it's still in the top 20, and that is trading cards, but we're looking at lots here. This could be lots of Pokemon cards, lots of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, really whatever. My average sell price is $101, which is awesome. Big part of that was I was doing a lot of auctions in the spring of bulk Pokemon cards, filling up a medium flat rate, running an auction, and some of those did pretty good. Done the same thing with Magic. I usually run auctions on those. I just kind of take a bunch of pictures as I'm filling them up and then let it go to auction and see what happens. That's the way I get rid of a lot of the bulk from these big purchases. Although I wish now I had it auctioned off the last Pokemon one I did, because those cards sell really good for me in my booth. I can sell like a pack of 15 cards for $3, or no, it's not 15 cards, 25 cards. That's what I do. I do 25 cards for $3 or 10 cards for $1.50. And those Pokemon cards sell like hotcakes in my booth at that rate. And I wish I hadn't sold that last medium flat rate, because they do a lot better in my booth. But I'll find some more eventually. Next category has been doing really good the last couple of weeks, and that is men's coats, jackets, and vests. Really looking all at coats there. Average sell price, $43.83. This is a category I'm not really looking to expand next year because I don't have the storage system really figured out. I've been hanging them in one extra closet that we have, but it's full. Really, really full. It's actually doing a little bit better this last few weeks because it is December and some of them are selling. Well, they're selling faster than they normally do, but I need to either figure out a different storage system, either put them in bins or just not buy as many coats. So something I need to think about, spend some time on, or maybe just do what I've been doing and not source a ton of them and just kind of casually do coats. Last category, very surprised to see in the top 20, but this is number 20, and that is men's casual button-down shirts. For me, there's really two types of shirts here that are represented, and that is Hawaiian shirts and pearl snap Western shirts. Those are usually the two that I find around here that I sell quite a bit of. My average sell price is $23.01. Paying $2 or $3 a shirt, maybe up to $4, $5 max for a really good shirt. Making some pretty good money there. These are usually shipping out 8, 9, 8-ounce rate, maybe the 12-ounce rate. So what is that? $4, $5. Always going first class though. So I'm very happy with that. You just don't find a lot of men's shirts in good condition. And that's just the nature of things. A lot of men wear their shirts until they're worn out. But apparently I found some this last year. Well, not looking to expand that category too much either. Want to focus in more on the jeans as far as the clothing goes. But if I find a nice button-down shirt, I'm going to buy it. But usually the good ones I'm finding are either kind of that Western pearl snap shirt that maybe somebody got just to wear to the rodeo or wear a couple of times a year for dress up or whatever. And it's in really good condition. Or maybe that Hawaiian shirt that they wore when they went to the beach last summer. Now they don't want it anymore. Those are usually the type of shirts that I find as far as men's shirts go. Typical dress shirts either don't retain their value very well or they're worn out. But anyway, these have been my top 20 categories. I hope you guys found this somewhat useful, somewhat educational. I don't know. I'm going to have a what sold video for you guys coming out in just a couple of days, but honestly, I just didn't have the time today because we had way too much stuff going out. So thought I'd film this instead and give you guys an idea of what all I've been selling this year, kind of my thoughts as I'm going into the next year. Really like to spend the time at the end of the year kind of deciding what direction do we want to go next year, really in all aspects of your life. So especially thinking about that in the business right now. But if you guys got any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.